Hello, thanks for checking out our video on malware. Now, malware has been a serious problem for computers ever since the first computer virus, which appeared in 1971. Since then, malware creators become more creative every single day. So what is malware? Well, it's just a general term for evil software that performs harmful activities to your computer. These harmful activities come in a large variety, including gathering sensitive information and disrupting computer operations. And there are many forms of malware that include viruses, worms, Trojan horses, adware, and ransomware, and the list continues on and on. So viruses are the oldest form of malware, and you can think of them like a virus in nature, as in they need a host to replicate. They attach themselves to host programs, for example, Microsoft Word or Microsoft Internet Explorer. And viruses spread by concealing themselves in email attachments, websites, flash drives, and many other ways. Some viruses will look like an actual antivirus program. So this is an example of what Microsoft Security Essentials actually looks like. And this is an example of the fake version. You can see how they look really similar. The colors are similar. This one looks very advanced and sophisticated, but it's an actual virus. So to prevent viruses, you need to have an antivirus installed, especially on a Windows-based machine. Now, those of you that have Macs, don't just assume that you're immune to viruses, because due to the increase in Apple sales, Macs have started to get a lot more viruses. For Windows, some of the more popular antivirus programs are Norton, McAfee, AVG, and Microsoft Security Essentials. For Mac, there's Sophos and Norton iAntivirus are the most common. And another way to prevent viruses is to avoid suspicious websites and don't click on email attachments from people you don't know. I can't stress this enough, because if you have the best virus protection, then you go to a suspicious website or click on a bad link, you just enable the virus to download to your computer. Now, the downside to antiviruses is that they're always going to be a step behind. It's still highly recommended that you have antivirus to protect yourself from the viruses already known. But if a virus comes out in the last 10 minutes, your antivirus probably is not going to cover it. So worms are a more dangerous form of malware and differ from viruses in that they don't need a host to replicate and to spread. They spread through networks like the internet or your local network at an office building. Worms are especially great at taking advantage of vulnerabilities in computer systems and networks. And on the right is a picture from the Museum of Science of the Morris Internet worm of 1988. It was only 99 lines of programming code, which is very, very short. And it was the first of many programs to use the internet to spread. The best way to prevent worms is to keep your computer updated. Many people skip updates out of laziness, or they think it will cause their computer to become slow. But these updates are essential to keeping your computer secure. Run Mac and Windows updates, because many of the updates are actually patches designed to protect your computer. And install a firewall to block known malicious worms from entering your computer. So Trojan horses appear as a totally legit file and may even perform like the real file. If you remember the legend of Troy, where the wooden horse was given as a gift, however, there's actually warriors hidden inside the horse. And then the warriors sneak out in the middle of the night and kill everybody. Well, Trojan horse malware will actually look like something helpful to your computer, but once installed, they will actually do your computer harm. They can collect sensitive data and send it out to their master. And ransomware is a new form of malware that locks your computer, takes it hostage, and asks you to pay them to unlock your computer. These tend to look like actual government agencies that claim they found child pornography on your computer, and it looks like it came from the FBI. And here's an example of that, what it looks like. Like on the right, it says it's from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and it's asking you to pay a fine of $200 so they can unlock your computer. And this is just ransomware. Ransomware is hard to prevent, but there are ways to remove. Malwarebytes is a great free program that will remove viruses, worms, Trojan horses, and ransomware. Did I say free? You bet. If you aren't able to use Malwarebytes, then take the computer to a shop and they shall remove it for you. Now, you're always going to be at a risk for malware, so there's no way around it. But some malware cannot be removed from your machine, and the operating system has to be reinstalled in order to revert everything. So it's vital that you back up your data, because malware can cause you to lose everything on your computer. Your files, your pictures, your contacts. By backing up, we mean to create duplicate copies of your files, so that if your files go bad or missing due to corruption and malware, you have duplicate backups stored in another separate location. There are many ways to back up your files, and here are just a few. External hard drive, Carbonite, which is a monthly subscription service, and then there's Google Drive, SkyDrive. You can back up to CDs and DVDs or a flash drive. Okay, so we've talked about a lot of stuff today, but for review. Malware is just a general term for malicious software. There are many different forms of malware, and a few examples are viruses, worms, Trojan horses, ransomware, but there is a lot more. The best prevention of malware is to have antivirus protection and to keep it updated. And another prevention method is to avoid suspicious websites and email attachments. And last but not least, don't forget to back up your important files, because if you lose your only copy, you'll simply be out of luck. Well, that wraps up our malware security presentation, and thanks for checking out our video.